Hey everyone, quick message before this chapter review starts. This is our first attempt at a chapter review, and to say we had some difficulties with the audio and video would be an understatement. A lot of file corruption and a lot of editing issues, but overall, I hope you guys enjoy this. I managed to salvage as much as I can, but the quality will get better and the review's going to keep coming. So I hope you enjoy, guys, and see you later.
Oh yeah, you get to do the clap. Big clap, big clap. Bigger clap. Hello.
Welcome back to the South Blue.
Don't say well. This is our first one. We were
Yeah,
supposed to do one last week, but we didn't. It's our first ever chapter review for the South Blue. You know what I realized last time I was recording? When we were recording, I was going through it. We didn't even say our names fucking once.
Right. This is German.
This is Jarman. Ben Jarman. And this is Justin. I'm going to have a little text pop up here and here with our names.
Subscribe. Let's get into it.
Chapter 1038.
Alright, so we got coming back to the German 66 cover page series. Last time we saw that two of Sanji's brothers were absent from the cover page, and we actually speculated, could they be not there?
Dead.
Well, clearly they're not dead. They're trapped in a book by the dude that I don't know the name of. Anyways, they're being guarded. We see Pudding at the edge of the frame, and that leads to some speculation, you know. What is going to happen next? Will this be resolved in just the cover page series, or does this have some significance to the main manga?
Recap time. This actually covered so much this chapter.
We were saying that the previous few chapters have been kind of solo fights, so Oda's not really wasting any time just trying to get everyone back up to speed on where everyone is at on Onigashima, which is a bit of a chaotic sprawl at the moment.
Ninja standoff. We see Jinbei helping some samurai get out.
Yeah, they have a Spider-Man moment, you know, like...
Spider-Man moment.
Building.
Collapsing. Chopper comes back to his original form. He's finally out of boom mode. We see... Yeah, so Zoro in front of...
Zora the Explorer.
Zora the Explorer in front of the Grim Reaper.
Yes,
or something resembling the Grim
we haven't
Reaper.
seen a Grim Reaper ever in One Piece, so this is a bit...
Weird.
unexpected.
It just doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. Anyway. We see Frankie looking for Zoro. Then we do see Izo and CP0 have a little run-in, just like a conversation. Then we've got Yamato trying to stop the basement from the flame yokai, which is like this close to nuking all of Onigashima.
And Big Mom versus Kid and Law, hence the chapter title. And it looks like Kid and Law were down bad, but then they turned things around.
Down bad. Down
Big
bad.
Mom, rearrange your guts, bro.
What did you think about this chapter in like terms of like quality? Like compared to the other chapters we've had, do you think this still like is up there?
You can definitely tell that it's kind of playing catch up.
You know what I can say I think I can say this for certain. No other arc, no other like saga of One Piece will ever have as much content as Wano.
Yeah.
Because I reckon Oda was just like that. Oh, and I also want this and this. And now he's just like got this bundle of things and like you need to solve all of these. And he's like, oh my god. So he's literally just like one chapter does this, done, bam, 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 and he's ticking off that list.
I reckon on his breaks he's just planning.
Yeah, he has to be.
Tie everything together.
The ninja fight, we've discussed that we freaking hate.
Yeah. I found ninjas in Wano overall to be kind of disappointing. Maybe it's because I grew up with whitewashed Ninjago. So that was my whole conception of ninjas.
Spinjutsu.
Spinjitzu. Like, if Raizo just starts going helicopter, I would be happy.
Helicopter. No, look. The fight is rough. Also, jutsu has, like, no explanation throughout One Piece. It's just like, is it a devil fruit? Yes. Is it also not a devil fruit? Yes. Like, there's no clear indication of how it works. But I think it's just one of those things we have to take and just be like, yeah.
Yeah. I gotta say, I probably think the dinosaurs are cooler than ninjas.
They can fly.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, yeah, dinosaurs.
Historically accurate.
Dinosaurs have been up there. Samurai, honestly, a little bit low. Odin's the only samurai that I'm like,
Kinemon. The drip.
man, oh,
Give us a drip.
shit about Kinemon. Yeah, drip fruit. But yeah, like, I don't know how this will wrap up. I honestly think it's gonna end with. I don't know how it's gonna end. Like, they're both just gonna die. Like,
They're just both going to be standing there, like the whole.
in skeleton form, like,
yeah, just
burn.
like everything's
doing?
going to be burnt to the ground, and they're still like.
But yeah, look, I think it'll end. Rizo will be okay. He'll be burnt and he'll be unconscious, and then someone's gonna be like, Rizo! And then he'll be like, oh, the fuck. And then he'll be alive, which is fair. Finally, Chopper out of goddamn his boomer mode.
Yeah. Well, it's cool to see that, like, his recovery from Awakened Zone Chopper mode is kind of decent now.
Yeah, it's true.
So it's like.
It looks more severe.
Yeah, I mean, what could this mean for having Chopper in more big fights? Like, if anything, that's something I'd probably be looking forward to more.
I reckon the next stage will be Chopper doing Monster Point without a Rumble Ball. Like, that's what his next, like, growth will be.
Yeah.
So he's gonna be like, time for a Rumble Ball, and someone's gonna be like, no! And then he's like, my balls! And then he's like, not gonna be able to transform, and then he's just like,
He has 2 of them already.
Oh.
And he's
Just, no. Okay, this is gonna take up like half of this video. What the hell is this?
So there's a Grim Reaper, and it's taking up like 3 panels, and it's just
2.
opens so many questions. My idea was that maybe since he kind of escaped death by using the remedy, he has to like pay a price for it. You know, like maybe he has to lose something. Maybe become a Shanks, loses his arm.
Someone's saying he loses the eye, and then he just relies on observation haki.
Yeah, and he just becomes Fujitora.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, kind of interesting, actually. I've never thought about that. Okay,
What?
Mihawk, Greatest Swordsman, has both his eyes, and whatever.
All his
right?
limbs.
All his limbs, he's good. Fujitora saw something so horrifying that he cut his
saw
eyes
Mihawk.
out. No, but like that's an interesting thought that maybe something like death he saw, where it was so horrifying that he chose to cut his eyes out.
Yeah.
It's weird speculation, but interesting point that you brought that up. My thought for this is that it is Brook. Like, I think this is a classic skull joke moment. The fact that it's such a short thing, and also because he says, "What's happening? My body, stop, get away from me." It's not very Zoro-like to be like, "Get away from me, man!" Like, don't touch me. Like, he's just gonna be like, "Come at me!" Like,
I mean, because I kind of interpret it as in he's like fucking terrified. I think this has a more serious tone. You could interpret it as in this could be a skull joke moment. Like, it could. But, like, when I first read it, I thought it was more of a, this is a serious tone moment.
Okay, so I have two things. I like your side, and I have a side of that as well. But I also think because we've gotten, like, Zunisha, Devil Fruit, Awakening, Kato's alcoholic, like, we've gotten so many of these big, like, reveals that I think this could potentially just be over-masked by those, right? I think that's very possible, and I really hope, a part of me just hopes, it's just, like, Brook, and, like, my theory was, like, his clothes got burnt, he's hallucinating, or his clothes got burnt, and he found a scythe, and he's like, yoo-hoo-hoo, and, like, that's it. But if it is something serious, right, I do like the idea that it's, like, a communication with the sword, because we saw that Enma has much more of a personality, and just, like, actual character in the terms of...
Do you reckon this could be Enma or one of his other swords?
I like the idea that it's one of his other swords because I was watching that video you sent me about Hiyori being a fox or whatever, and they talk about how, like, him and Kawamatsu, I think, have the discussion that swords inherit the personalities of their past wielders. So I like the idea that swords potentially hold, like, what the wielders, like, their legacies go on, and that's why, like, swords sometimes return black blades from, like, the haki and stuff like that. So I hope that's kind of captured. But I do like the idea that this is possibly some kind of form of, like, communication with the sword. I think this is either him seeing, like, a sword spirit or he's hallucinating with Brook. Honestly, if it's not that, I am flabbergasted as to what this could be.
Yeah.
I really have no kind of
Here's
idea.
a wild idea.
Give it
Have
to
you ever seen a movie...
Break it down. Sorry.
Click by, like, Adam Sandler?
I haven't actually, but I've seen the memes.
Well, there's a scene where, like, the dude reveals as, like, the angel of death, and then they go through, like, to different moments in his life. This may be wild, but if this is, like, the sword, right?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it's a sword he doesn't have yet. because we know that people from his village have swords that they have their soul is binded to, like when they're born. Everyone from his village has a sword that they are born with and they die with, except Zoro's never found his one. Death is coming to take Zoro, but he doesn't have he hasn't found his sword yet. So maybe they go into some sort of time warpy sword land.
You know what? I like that idea. I'm going to build on it for a second, okay? How funny would it be, right? If that's...
It's Kuina.
No. That's all true, but only Zoro sees the Grim Reaper, and then Brook comes to help him afterwards, and then he's screaming at the Grim Reaper, and Brook's next to him, like, getting offended, and there's that weird, like, there's a skeleton next to a skeleton.
Uh-huh.
That'd be hilarious. But I like that idea that maybe after when Wano settles, he only sees this Grim Reaper, and he follows it, and it leads him to, like... Maybe he takes him to, like, a grave or something like that, and he's like, oh, this is so familiar, or, like, something...
Yeah.
Something resembling that, and he gets a sword. My issue with Zoro getting swords is he has to get rid of them then.
Yeah.
Enma, I could see him giving Enma back, as, like, out of respect for Wano. I could see him getting Shisui back, because he earned that sword. But yeah, I think there's a lot to leave there. I like that idea, though, that maybe Zoro only sees this.
Or I think it might be an excuse for more flashbacks. Because people talk about near-death experiences, they, like, have flashbacks of their life and things like that. So maybe he's accessing parts of his memory that he has long forgotten. Like,
Okay.
maybe Oda's setting it up for that.
Yeah, but I still bet that is Brook. Do you want to make a bet right here, right now?
$1 bet.
Dollar bet. If that's Brook, you owe me $1, and if it's not Brook, I'll give you $1. Okay?
Izo so pretty.
Izo is very, very pretty. Got the freaking cool gun. Also, I like that Izo is one of the few people like Ben Beckman that uses a gun and is still intimidating. Because normally, guns are just like you can cut bullets, you can dodge them, haki. So I like that. I like that guns are still relevant. Anyway,
I like that guns are still relevant. You just cue like pumped up kicks up. I love that.
They talk to Izo like they know Izo. Like, you know how they're like, if they met like Luffy, right? They wouldn't be like, oh, hey, Luffy. They'd be like, oh, yes.
It's nice to see you, buddy.
Luffy, it's good to see you, buddy.
They'd say like Straw Hat Luffy, and I don't know what Izo's name is, but it's like Whitebeard Commander Izo, something like that, right? They're just like, oh, hey, Izo. And they're just like, he's like, what's up? But then they're like, let's just pretend we never saw each other. Let's keep going. We gotta go find the Straw Hats. But Izo's like, no, and aims the gun, right? Not another step. CP0. Okay, I'm sorry. But there's not really a lot. We could theorize so much about what the relationship
and like,
is, but
they don't resolve it.
They don't.
They're just like, stop right there.
Stop! You violated the law.
Then we're up to Yamato.
And the fire slime.
I love how comic-y the bombs are.
Yeah.
Not like missiles, just bombs.
They just look like video game
just
bombs.
Bomberman bombs, yeah. In the armory, and Yamato uses his ice powers to freeze the bombs and just stop them from detonating.
Yeah.
And then tries to fight the fire yokai. It says, Orochi-sama. And then Yamato's just fighting that. I'm not sure how that ends. I'm assuming Yamato will destroy it.
Yeah.
And save Onigashima. Like, I feel like this is what I'm thinking, right? I thought about this, is that if the fight yokai is this close, we have to be so close to the end of Onigashima. Even if it goes down to mainland Wano, at least Onigashima will be done soon.
Yeah.
And then all those thousands of people will either be blown up or fallen off into the water. Or
Mr. Borge, the raid's gonna fail.
Then, the cream de la crop of this chapter, Law and Kid versus Big Mum.
They've really hit rock bottom.
They're down bad.
Yeah, no, like, Big Mom is, like, trashing them, bro. At the beginning. Yeah, and it looks like their crews are, like, trying to beg for their life. A bit sad.
Look at that angle on
Yeah.
Big Mum. Big Mum is terrifying right now.
Yeah.
Which I get so sad that she just gets
And
absolutely...
look at Kid's face. It's just this. That's the same face that, like, Luffy got when he first got thundered Baggy with. They're devastated.
And then they get back up as well.
Yeah.
But, like, Big Mom looks so terrifying. It makes me sad that I'm thinking she's definitely out of Wano now. Like, she's got to be done. Give her amnesia again. Like, no, don't.
They turn the fight around because we have this moment of solidarity with Luffy. Both Kid and Law realize that, even though they might die in this fight against Big Mom, they believe that Luffy will beat Kaido and will stop Big Mom from, like, helping Kaido at all costs. So we see Law using an awakening again, and then Kid just, like, gets back up and uses a really cool move.
Punk Cornadio. Big bull. Big metal bull.
It's bigger than Big Mom.
Percy Jackson vibes right there.
Yeah, no, that's
The metal
true.
mechanical bull. Yeah, it's like they make that a point that the bull is bigger than, or as big as Titan Big Mom is what I call her.
Yeah,
because this
which
is
like
after she
enraged
ate.
Big Mom.
She got the souls of, was it like her, like not even her crew, the Beast Pirates, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
that's right.
Yeah, she got all the things and she freaking ate them all. They have that moment where they are saying, like, that beautiful quote,
Yeah, that's my favorite line of the
give
chapter.
it long enough, even mountains can be worn down by rain. And that's a reflection of Luffy countlessly fighting
Yeah,
Kaido.
that's right.
And also these guys going against Big Mom. Also, I love that shot of it through the armor and through, like, her
Yeah,
neck.
through her nose and her neck.
Oh, yeah, and you think Big Mom's out?
I don't think so.
I think so. Based on the trends of the Versus chapters,
That's true.
They
They
always
always
get
end
knocked
in the
out.
victory, except it's a bit weird how this fight is resolved in 2 pages.
but consider how long this one has gone on for. Law and Kid versus Big Mom has been going on for ages. If you put all the panels together,
That's
I
true.
reckon you have a pretty decent fight.
Except I don't think Big Mom's out for the count. She surely has.
Oh, for this raid.
yeah.
I think, yeah.
But what excuse could you have that would just save her?
Whoa, that's a good point, brother. That is a good point because we kept thinking that Big Mom would be the enemy in Elbaf.
Yeah.
With her relationship to the Giants. I don't know. You make a very good point. What makes her a redeemable villain?
Because it feels kind of unresolved, her villain arc. Whereas I can see Kaido being beaten in the next few chapters and be happy to not really see Kaido that much after that.
I think that Big Mom is just going to have to take an L. As sad as it is to see, we've gotten flashbacks with her. We've gotten a whole arc with her where she...
So maybe she was just never a good villain.
Nah, look, Big Mom was okay, like...
I
Blackbeard
want to
as well.
see more of Big Mom. I feel like she has some potential left untapped after this defeat, if it truly is a defeat.
What do you think next chapter is? Do you think we'll finally get Luffy versus Kaido? Because I think we will.
I reckon odds are, yeah. But I reckon odds are we'll see some sort of growth from Luffy in this fight. Because clearly he is mastering Advanced Conqueror's Haki throughout this fight. And I reckon there's just going to be that one extra step. And then we'll see that one extra progression in this fight. And then we'll see Luffy defeat Kaido. I don't... like, 'cause at its current state, we've seen it, like, last chapter that kind of setting up that Kaido's Haki's getting stronger. So I reckon the hardest part of the Luffy vs. Kaido fight, we haven't seen yet.
What do we have Kaido flashback? Next chapter? It's always before they're about to get beaten up that
That's
we get
true.
the flashback, you know? Maybe we get Kaido flashback. It's either going to be... I reckon... Okay, here's my thought. Next chapter will be called Luffy vs. Kaido, okay? We can have a double bet if you want. Next chapter will be called Luffy vs. Kaido. It's going to be a fight, and then it will be Gear 4 something man or Gear 5, and then just as about that final hit is about to happen, we'll get the start of a flashback, and then that chapter after that will be Kaido flashback, and then after that will be the finishing of it. But no, I reckon we're going to get Luffy vs. Kaido. Based on the pace we're hitting, if it's just called Law and Kid vs. Big Mom, then next chapter should be called Luffy vs. Kaido. That's my bet.
That's right. Join us next time here at the South Blue.
Yeah.